Homeowner David Granis met with Anna Harrington to have his front yard redone.
This is it right here. I first met Anna Harrington at the Thousand Oaks Drought Fair. My water bill was exceeding over $400 a month. I had applied for the drought removal program, but the money, like California's water, had dried up. Anna sat down with me and created a blueprint of what my front yard could look like if I were to go with all drought-tolerant landscaping. I wanted to make sure that the yard was still colorful and welcoming, in addition to being drought-tolerant.
So the mulch is going to be all around them.
Yeah.
And people are just going to see, this is what it looks like when you first install it. 2 years down the line, you're going to have larger plants. Hello, I'm Anna Harrington. I'm a landscape designer, and I've just prepared this landscape for David Granis for his home for the front of the house. It's a steep slope halfway down the lawn, so what we've done is added some plants in there that will hold the soil. We started with some California natives. Ceanothus is up here at the top, and it runs at an angle all the way down to the bottom of the hill. Because the front of the house is long, the trees are lined up in that length. The hill is long, and there's another strip down here. I've created the plant material to run down the hill to give a little, an additional interesting dimension to it. Also coming across are ground covers. Within all of this are some tall grasses, some very colorful perennials, and thrown in between them some succulents in different areas. We've got an easy access pad down here that's got some walkable plant material with some ground stepping stones. And up at the top, our feature is a California native manzanita. So I'm standing at the main entrance area to the house. The walkway is down here at my left. And behind it is where the rock garden will go. That's the imitation stream bed, if you will. Very large boulders together with some grasses that will grow in the shade. Behind it, the main focal point, will be the manzanita. Beautiful California native, surrounded by some ceanothus, which then comes all the way down past this tree and flows down the hill. As we get closer to the driveway this way, then the plants start to get smaller, but a little bit more interesting. The ceanothus is our background. Here we've got some colorful penstemon, some ground covers that have various colors in them, spotted with some succulents. And at the bottom of the hill, we're having a row of baccharis, which is going to hold the soil, give a little stability, because that's a pretty severe slope.
Anna introduced me to Ignacio, who would remove the grass and bushes and replace them with drought-tolerant plants that Anna chose and purchased through a jobber, who is a broker of plant sales. She sent me to a building supply store where I took pictures of different boulders that would be used in the landscaping. The boulders were quite expensive, and I ended up contacting a construction friend of mine who was able to sell me some that he had at a reduced cost.
If you had a gardener,
I do, and he's sort of on hold right now.
Okay.
I told him what we're doing.
he's going to learn how his job is changing.
Yeah.
I'm training gardeners, and I'm training one so that he can train others in Spanish.